mean, this is the whole reason why I did an interview with Netanyahu. It's because, and people are too stupid to watch the freaking interview, but they talking crazy. I asked him all the questions that the people in my audience had asked me to ask within 37 minutes. I talked about the treatment of Christians in Israel. I spoke about the bombing of the Catholic Church in Gaza. I spoke about the famine, allegedly, and the genocide, allegedly. I asked him about the authority that was allegedly given to IDF soldiers that they can just indiscriminately kill people at the feed zone. I asked him about all of these things, bro. I asked him about him being a criminal. Are you still running? People say you're continuing this war because after the war, you're going to go to prison. I brought that up to him about all this. And Xavier, you don't find one clip of anybody clipping and critiquing none of the interview. Just the part where the kids spit on the pastor that was with me. Insane.
They take the smallest little thing they possibly can and they run with it. I will say when it comes to like the Gazan perspective of Hamas, you know, I have mixed feelings on that because I went to actually in like it's intelligence exhibit basically that they're working on opening up to the public of like different things that they have found there. And you just see this whole wall dedicated to all these kids that are being raised to be terrorists. You see, and it's like they're likely just the children or the grandchildren of the terrorists. So they're being trained to do that from a young age. You see kids with guns. You see a bunch of kids holding. There was one, I have an image of, it's a half American, half Israeli flag. They're tearing it down the middle and it's on fire. Like it's crazy. Like the whole visual is as crazy as you can imagine it being. But then you have the people who really are tired of being oppressed by these people. So just like any other society, just like any other group of people, you have a range. You have your people that are radicalized, that they're raised to be radicalized, that they're very ingrained with Hamas's inner circle because there's social. I don't know why that's hard for people to realize. There are social dynamics and discourse in Gaza too. But then you also have the people that are living their best life. You have also something that people don't talk about enough because everybody wants to bring up October 6th. Well, what was happening on October 6th is Israel was actively making better relations with the Gazans, and they planned on literally doubling the amount of work permits that were allowed for people to come in from Gaza to work all throughout Israel. And how did Israel get thanked for that? The same people, a bunch of the same people who were using those work permits, what they were doing is they were stopping in all the different kibbutz. They were stopping in Ofakim. They were stopping in all these towns near the Gaza Strip and in Tel Aviv. And they were mapping out exactly what it looks like. That's why if you can, I hope they open this exhibit soon, you can see the different things that they've retrieved from Hamas. And you can see the exact maps that they had of like drones that they flew and all the different tactics that they did to map exactly what these places looked like. That's why when innocent Israeli women, children, families were running towards the safe zones, Hamas already knew where the safe zones were. So they were just sitting there gunning them down as they're trying to run over to their bomb shelters. So it goes to show it's like, once again, Israel goes out of their way to try to help these people and it blows back up in their face.
I would be, and I say this all the time and people say I'm extreme. I don't really care. They'll be over it at some point. Some other crazy thing gonna happen in the world and people gonna forget that I interviewed Benjamin Netanyahu. But the thing is, bro, Israel, the reason why Israel is in the position they're in, because they're too nice. They're too soft with these people. They give them so many opportunities to just Israelis. Like for instance, like there's on the table right now is a negotiation of Israel getting the hostages back, but also completely leaving Gaza with Hamas there. Like they're just gonna do this all over again. Right. And allegedly the people who got and were people who were advocating for Gazans, the people who stood by them and was pro Gazan and challenging the government to give them, like you said, work permits and give them extra resources and stuff like that. And they the first ones that got killed. We saw the video of the guy running to the bomb shelter with his kids and they threw the grenade in there. Yeah, blew up the man, injured the kids. They had the nerve to be drinking a soda out of the refrigerator.
And offered it to them.
Xavier, God is my witness. I could not be a president. If I saw video footage of somebody raping my citizens, innocent people, women, beheading people, I saw some of the video of what they were presenting and showing people, they'll show you what happened with some of the evidence they got from the body cameras. Heads off of people. You have 48 hours to give us the hostages back, or we're going to come in and everybody's fair game. That's what I would have done. Not 2 years, 48 hours. You better come back and bring every single hostage you took, or we're going to come in and we are not going to show zero mercy. And we're going to attack and attack and attack till every terrorist is dead. That's what I would have done. And we would have went in there, and if your grandma in the way, your grandma in the way. It's like I tell people this all the time. If somebody came to my house and they kidnapped my kids, they raped my wife, my mom, my grandma and them there, they beat up my grandma real bad, they killed some other people, they beheaded my dad, but they kidnapped, just say they kidnapped my niece and nephew. Now, if I gotta come get them, it's on. I should serve you for what you did. But all I'm asking you to give me my people back. Oh, you don't want to give them back. Oh, you one of them. But it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. Get your grandma and them out the way. If you don't want them to die, you come from behind them people, from out from them tunnels, meet me at the Gaza Strip, and let's serve this business. If you want to play, everybody, there's going to be some flower bringing and song singing. I don't know how Xavier, if that happened in America, bruh, we would be far worse than what we claiming Israel's doing. 9/11 wasn't even the same impact as what happened, numbers wise.
Yeah.
I mean, because we lost like 30-some hundred people. They lost almost 2,000 people, and they're the size of New Jersey. Like the equivalence would be like us losing 40,000 people and having 20,000 hostages taken.
Right.
9/11, we went to war for 20 years.
And we'll do it again.
We were killing people for 20 years straight, okay? I think we like a couple 100,000 civilians in that war that we waged for 20 years. So imagine on television they raping and killing Americans, the cartel, right? We blew up a boat just recently and them carrying drugs. We blew them to smithereens. Imagine if the cartel was kidnapping and raping women. Bro, the Delta Force and some of the tactical units, I say 36 hours. Everybody dead, all our hostages back.
I feel the exact same way. I tell people all the time, y'all don't want a big red button in front of me, because I would have handled business at the speed of light. I'm surprised that it's taken this long to, up the aggression a little bit, but you have to. And, unfortunately now, because it's taken so long, it's become such this optics battle, because you have two sides of this. At the same time that we're witnessing BLM become more extreme, rebranding as Free Palestine, and you see this horseshoe effect happening, where now you have the more radical side of the right wing that just absolutely hates Israel. They're attacking Jews, they're attacking Zionists. And I do want to ask you, is one, first of all, like at such a hostile time in that discourse, why, to my knowledge, you've always supported Israel, but you've become such a powerful voice now at a time where the left and the right are more hostile about it than they've ever been. You even said earlier that the backlash you've been getting from this interview with BB is like nothing you've ever seen before. What is the reason that really called on your heart to start being as outspoken as you are now?
It's the fraud that I saw, man. Like, Before October 7th, I fell in love with Israel because I went to the trip and the holy sites, and I'm like, I can't wait to go back, man. I really love Israel. I love this place, man. I want to come here often. You know what I mean? I want to hang out with the people in Jerusalem and see where Jesus was and kind of learn more holy stuff. And so I've been a proponent. I've been supportive. Then October 7th happened. And I said, that's wrong. It's wrong what they did. They should turn into a parking lot. I remember saying it the day it happened. I say, turn into a parking lot. There's no justification for what they did. But I'm not Israeli. I got other stuff. America, elections happen and all this other stuff. So I kept my idea, but I was talking about something else. Bruh, it wasn't until the other day, and this could be, people can document this. I was on Instagram scrolling. And you know how when you see certain stuff and you watch it, they feed it to you. I see a building blow up, boom, and they were like, genocide or something. And I was like, that's interesting. I went to the next video. For 15 minutes, I scrolled through videos and they were all fake. They were all staged. They got cameras set up on a building, and then conveniently enough, they got the camera set up directly at a building that get hit with a rocket. And it's just far enough that the camera don't get damaged. Just the people are just far enough that nobody gets seriously hurt. and they staged it. And I said, wait a minute. Then I started seeing videos of them having kids acting. They got 3 kids on a bench, and if you watch them, one kid is like laughing, like, and the other kids are crying like and they got dirt on their face. You got one kid putting rocks in his mouth. And then you see all the people behind them. Nobody's dirty. Everybody's healthy. You see kids that are starving. Mama fat, the kid starving. What y'all doing there? That to me sound like you starving your own kid. How you fat and your kid is emaciated? What are we saying, bro? Like, 15 minutes, Xavier, video after video after video, and it ticked me off, bro. I said enough is enough, man. I can't keep watching this go on. How do I not see a real video of a kid starving? How do I not see a real authentic video of IDF soldiers shooting people at the feedlot? They claim that it happened. They claim the IDF killed 1,300 people. Right. They have not one video online of it actually happening. The closest thing I see, Xavier, is a video of them shooting warning shots and it's hitting the ground next to people and all huddled down. But on that video, they don't show anybody getting shot. Right. The emaciated kids and all this. It was fake. They had to come back and make a redaction. If kids are starving, there's a famine, you should have plenty of footage. Right. Why are y'all doing fake footage? They got videos, Xavier, of the same kid in like 5 content videos. It's like, that's what sparked me, bro. I couldn't keep looking at it and being like, and people out here like, it's a genocide. They're killing innocent children. Come to find out, they operating out of the hospital. According to international law, when you operate at the hospital, as long as you give notifications, you can bomb a hospital. It's no longer a hospital. It's a military site. Just like combatants. When you get a person who effectively work with Hamas or they're acting on behalf of Hamas, either one, they're now considered a combatant. Let me tell you this, Xavier, when you look at the death toll, this is Hamas telling us what the numbers are, and they're saying it's 60,000. They don't differentiate between combatants and civilians. Why? Why they don't do that? They say women and children. Well, if you're 17 or younger, you're considered a child. In America, you could join the military at 17. You could join the military at 18. How many of these young, radicalized young people who are 17, almost 18, or 17, 16, 15 years old that are acting on behalf of Hamas? But they won't tell you the number. Right. So we don't really know how many people died. We don't really know what the numbers really are.
It's almost like COVID too, where it's like, is no one dying of anything else? What about the heart attacks? Are there any car accidents that are happening in Gaza right now? And you know, it's crazy too.
Natural deaths. They don't have that. They not differentiate natural deaths, and also the mess ups from Hamas. Hamas has shot rockets and stuff, and they've diverted, or they've been, you know, they I don't know what to call them, but they changed course. We saw it hit that hospital next to kill all these people. It's like Hamas is killing people too, inadvertently. That number don't count. These people are insane, bro.
They're exploiting their own people. And I'm glad that BB called it out during your interview with him about the whole situation with New York Times. They dragged that undressed, disabled child into a photo shoot and said, look at this starving Gazan. That child had cerebral palsy, a severe disability. Like, I feel like, have people not been around enough cerebral palsy to know what it looks like? And they're going around and saying that this kid is, I would have been so upset if I was the mother. You saying that my child looks malnourished? No, that's just a disability. But this is what they do. They love to frame everything.